actually need to refamiliarize myself with the controls. Give me a second.
Oh,
there we go.
I found out something else funny about
Raindrops
this
keep
game.
falling on my head.
Found out something else funny about this game.
Doesn't
You know how you were
matter.
running around in the forest and
Yeah.
the fog kept getting you?
Yeah, we're back, folks. How's it going?
Turns out, if you have a really fast horse, the fog actually can't catch you.
Huh.
That's pretty neat.
Yep.
I actually don't know this path we're taking right now. This seems different than before.
You just fast travel.
Yeah, but why
where's
not
the
explore?
fun? Yeah. What if I find something cool, like that pigeon? That was neat.
Oh, the fog's gonna get you.
No, I'm on the trail. Now the fog can get me.
But
Oh,
will
man.
it send you back to where you were, or to the beginning of the woods?
There's only one way to find out.
I think it's actually sensitive to the part of the woods you're in.
Oh, lame. So it won't just warp you back to the front?
I think not. You know what? I'm gonna get out of here. Fuck you, Magic Forest! Uh-oh. I think it's working.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems...
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, shit, it got you!
You win this round, fucking woods.
The Magic Forest thought of that. Wait, did it take you to the entrance or the exit?
Partial entrance?
It's also called Just the Tip.
Well. Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Did you know that half the crows that are in Fallout 4 are actually synths?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, if you look at the Institute's cameras, the places they're monitoring can actually be seen from a specific crow in the game. And if you shoot one of those crows, you'll get a synth component.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's some neat world building,
Holy
but also
shit.
really stupid.
Actually, the first crow you see in the game as you emerge from Vault 111 is a synth.
That makes sense.
The first living thing you see upon leaving the vault, synth.
So I guess not living.
Yeah, it depends on how you categorize it, I suppose.
Isn't that the entire problem of half the game?
Yeah, yeah. And normally I'd say that an ideology like the Brotherhood of Steels is absolute bullshit, but they live in a world where the nuclear holocaust was an actual historical fact as opposed to just something that may occur at some indeterminate time.
Yep.
I was also gonna say they live in a world where it's a legitimate threat that you will be kidnapped and replaced.
Yep.
And likely killed, I imagine.
Yeah, it's also not...
So, I mean, they're not entirely wrong to despise the synths.
Well, the reason they despise the synths is because their technology run amok. The reason I think they should despise the synths is because all of the synths have a series of code words in them that can turn them into murderous monsters. And, like, if people had that, we'd stop letting those people into places.
We do. There are entire, like, conspiracy theories about those Russian dudes they programmed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Centurion men?
The Centurion Men?
I'm probably mixing 5 different things.
I know the CIA programmed a bunch of people, and that was,
Hey, I just skipped a really pain-in-the-ass area.
something.
Fuck you, frogs.
What?
Oh, shit, what was the name of
See that swamp? I will sink in it and die. But not before being shot by an obnoxious number of lizard foss. Also...
MK Ultra, that's what I'm thinking of.
Do you think I could hit that bomb from here?
Maybe.
Try it.
The U.S. brainwashed a shitload of people in a program called MK Ultra.
close.
They denied it for years until eventually someone caught on and they found actual solid proof.
That was way off.
But yeah, people were complaining about MK Ultra all the way back in the 60s. And no one believed them. They thought they were all crackpot conspiracy theorists, and then it turns out they were
Alright,
right.
I don't think I can get them.
Just go up the fucking tower.
Yeah, but I wanted to laugh. I just want to have some... Oh, God.
A lot of stupid shit happened in the Cold War. Like how the U.S. created a paranormal research division to convince the Russians to create a paranormal research division to drain their resources, and then a U.S. spy reported that the Russians had a paranormal research division, so the Americans made a paranormal research division to catch back up.
You know that thing we talk about at least
Oh
once once a Zelda Let's Play?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Consistent shit posting.
Also, they actually sent moon rocks to Russian scientists after they landed on the moon, just to prove that they'd been to the moon, in the hopes that Russia would bankrupt themselves trying to do something better.
How'd that go for them?
Well, Russia bankrupted themselves, but not trying to go to the moon, just trying to feed Chechnya and Ukraine.
And pacify Chechnya and Ukraine.
Canada was sending them a shit ton of wheat, like, all the time, because they were fucking starving to death during the Cold War.
Yeah.
And, like, admittedly, Northern Europe is not the most arable land, but the fact that you're getting it from Canada, where, like, we live in the bottom 10% of the country because the rest of it's an icy hellhole.
Yeah.
That...
Also, I love this tower because it clearly grew out of one of those skulls.
Yeah. Got right through the eyeball.
Yeah.
Or poked a new hole in it, either way.
Smash it up real good is what it did.
So we're going to Goron Land, right?
Yep. Gonna go bro it up with the entire race of Randy Savages.
Yep. Oh, so, recently, my great-uncle passed. And that is unfortunate because he was, without a doubt, the coolest man I've ever known.
If you all remember, or are inclined to watch our Let's Play of... Or at least just watch the first episode of, fuck, what was that called? Twilight Princess. Cameron tells stories about how this Moose Hutton savant of a man proceeded to solve most of his problems the best ways possible, with excessive violence.
Okay, so there's a few things I should tell you just to establish about the man. First, if you'll recall, all the way back when we were playing fucking Wind Waker, I talked about that one relative of mine who had to flee England because he was running a black market drug ring during World War II. Right?
Yeah, this is a trend in your family.
Yeah, that man was his father. And as you may have guessed, he was not a very good father. In fact, he abused his wife and children quite regularly. Until such time as my grunkle John turned 14. At which point he realized that he could kick the shit out of this man who illegally sold drugs during World War II stolen from ambulances from the Red Cross.
Yeah. It's not like anyone would really even hold it against him.
No.
On account of the abuse and the stealing from the Red Cross.
Yeah.
People tend to frown on that.
Yeah, just a little.
Robbing hospitals and such.
But yeah, that's sort of how he cut his teeth on violence. So...
Found it.
We all knew he had a couple of guns and a crossbow in his house, right?
As you do.
What we didn't know is that apparently these guns were dangerous enough that the police, 2 days after hearing he was dead, just turned up unannounced at the house and confiscated the guns.
They had to give it 2 days to make sure he was dead. They wouldn't have gotten him otherwise.
The thing that's weird, though, is that one of my other great uncles, his brother, was like, no, John had 3 guns. And the police gave it a thorough once-over. And I'd been through there a couple of times, too, to try and find shit. I didn't find the other gun. And no one else knew about the other gun, so we all thought Brian was just crazy. That, like, John only owned 2 guns. And Brian walks into John's place and pulls out 2 more fucking guns. 2! There was one that even the other grunkle didn't know about. And I shit you not, I wasn't there for the actual guns, but when they were bringing, like, the accessories and the bags and carrier shit, one of the bags was as long as I am tall. I don't know why my uncle needed a 6-foot-long rifle for some reason. But, like, I sure hope that whatever he was trying to kill is dead now.
We all hope whatever he was trying to kill is dead now.
Also, he was, like, a legendary drinker. He had a full bar in his basement. Like, fully stocked bar with, like, stools and everything. And my grandmother and my great-aunt, her sister, between them, pulled out over 100 bottles. Which just, like, that's fucking impressive. Oh, it's
golf.
Golf. Brilliant. But,
top of the morning to you.
What's become pertinent to me about this is that in his later years he decided to spend a lot of his time fixing up bikes, right? And I ride bikes a lot. Yeah. So when he died, one of the first things that happened was I got called over to take a look at the bikes. Apparently, his estate only wanted $20 a piece for the bikes. And, like, I told them that was just flat out dumb. But, like, hey, if you're only charging $20, I'll take these two.
This ought to do it. Yeah!
So now I have two bicycles of just immaculate quality. And I'm like the fucking indecisive protagonist from a terrible harem anime where I can't decide what bicycle I want to keep now. Like, I have 3 fucking bicycles. The one I had before, which I don't think I'm going to wind up keeping. Like, it's fine and all, but I don't think I'm going to keep it, because the other ones are better. This amazing road bike, and an amazing mountain bike. And I honestly don't know which to keep and which to get rid of.
Do you not have space in your place to keep 2?
Well, it's not just that I don't have space. It's also kind of like... Okay, well, I'm sort of keeping them outside now because there isn't enough room in the garage.
Okay.
Also, it seems like a stupid move financially, just because I could get money for one of the other bikes. And also, it just seems morally wrong to keep a really good bike out of the hands of someone who could actually use it.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a good point.
You people and your rules. I got nothing to follow that up with. Maybe not the Master Sword.
You were supposed to get that club from back in the beginning of the level with increased durability.
It's fine, this will work.
Will it, though?
Maybe not.
Well, I mean, the weapon will. That shot just won't.
No, it's fine. They give me another one.
Oh, nice. They give you a new club for each challenge.
A hammer!
But yeah, I don't know what, like... These bikes are just phenomenal. I don't know what I've been riding up until now, but they were not bicycles, apparently. And,
Oh dear, that's not correct.
Nope. That's also wrong.
There we go. Damn it.
So close.
This one's hard.
Yeah, I can tell. Wait, is that water?
Yes.
Could you make a series of pillars and just walk it across?
No, because I can't even lift this rock.
Oh.
Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck!
Oh!
So we need it just before... Wait a minute.
Off the fucking rim.
What are those?
I don't know.
Shooting them.
Oh, they're just lamps.
They're like
see if you can
landing
lower
ones.
these bullshit Tetris blocks.
I mean, I wouldn't put the past this game to have the solution be just observe, motherfucker. I need slight adjustment. Uh-oh.
Your angle's bad.
Yep. Fuck.
And, like, both of these bikes are excellent in completely different ways. Like, even just the seats. Like, the one I rode here today is, like, the plushest fucking seat material I've ever seen on a bicycle.
I think it's good this time.
Awesome. Don't hit it again! You're gonna go too far!
Damn. I thought, like, full red would be too far.
But the other one, like, I don't know what it's actually called, but I call it a dick groove.
I'm sure it has a technical term, but dick groove is acceptable.
I mean, that works. We know exactly what you mean by that.
Yeah. Basically, one of these seats is made out of the perfect plushest material, and the other one has, like, my precise measurements for a dick groove in a bike seat.
I would say, why don't you take the seat... Oh, wait, what am I doing?
You need to freeze time, dude.
I got so caught up in hitting things with a hammer that I forgot about the little man inside. Speaking of little man inside, last week when we were supposed to record, me and Cameron wound up watching a movie because Ian didn't show up. And the movie was called Steam Boy, and it was trash.
Oh, it was a fucking nightmare. Like, all the ingredients of a good movie were in there, but they did not put them together properly.
So it's done by the guy who did Akira, which some of you may know is a fairly prolific director. Given that Akira was one hell of a movie.
Great film.
Cited as bringing anime to the West. One more. Fuck.
Steam Boy, on the other hand...
Steam Boy was a convoluted pile of shit.
Okay, so basically this family goes to Iceland to get this magical mineral water from...
Viking mineral water.
Yeah, Viking mineral water from underground, because it can withstand an infinite amount of pressure. So they...
Fucking hell.
So they get this water...
Really irritating.
And they put it in, like, this steel orb that can also contain an infinite amount of pressure.
Okay.
And they use a series of boilers to basically put an infinite amount of pressure inside this ball. And they call it the steam ball for obvious
Effectively,
reasons.
it's a steam-powered battery.
Yeah. And what it can do is it can just release kinetic energy forever.
Yeah.
Being that it's infinite steam power.
It will never run out of kinetic energy. So, basically, the movie starts off fairly simple enough. A letter shows up at the boy's house, along with a parcel.
Yeah.
And the parcel contains the ball. And the letter says, "Don't give the ball to the organization that I used to work for, signed Grandpa." And I'm abbreviating it slightly, but...
Yeah.
Now, this is after we've seen the opening of this movie where the steam ball totally killed the son. Like
his dad,
yeah,
not
the father, not the grandfather, which would make this the grandfather's son,
okay.
which makes it the protagonist's father.
Okay. There's boy, dad, and grandpa.
Perfect.
Let's go with that.
All
right.
three of them are Steam Genius.
Yeah, and their last name is literally Steam.
Of course it is.
So, letter from Grandpa says... Grandpa Steam says, "You there, Steam Boy. Take this orb.
Take yonder orb.
And keep it safe from the organization that I used to work for, because they will use it to do evil." And then, I shit you not, 30 seconds after receiving this letter, the organization turns up asking for the ball. And the kid's like, "But I got this letter right here that says not to give you the ball." And they're like, "Don't listen to your grandpa, he's old and crazy." And then immediately after, his grandpa shows up at the house and says, "Don't give them the ball." Which confuses me.
Yeah.
Because why would Grandpa have sent a letter containing the ball if he could get there at the same speed as the letter?
Maybe he was worried they would have attacked him for the ball.
Right. So he's like...
Maybe he's old and senile and forgot it?
So he says, "Don't give him the ball, by the way, your dad's
How would he have
dead."
mailed it? If he forgot it.
Forgot he'd mailed it? I don't know, he's old and senile. What the fuck do you want from me?
Fair point.
So the goons try and attack his family, and the kid takes the ball and runs into his backyard with it, where he has one of those, like, wheel motorcycles.
Do you remember those single-wheel motorcycles? That's pretty much like a wheel with the
Oh,
contraption.
yeah. Yep,
like General
yep.
Grievous had like a similar thing in Star Wars, except there it made a little bit more sense.
Yep.
Right, basically he built one of those out of spare parts and used the steam ball to power it, so that he could run away from these goons.
Yeah.
The goons overpower his grandpa,
And then activate their hidden weapon, a steam-powered tractor tank, which had crab legs.
And they chase after him on this motorcycle. And
Up until the point where he runs onto a train track and that steam-powered crab tank gets run over by the train. And then he gets rescued by people from a different but eerily similar foundation.
that were on the train,
Yeah.
just by sheer coincidence, and they also know his grandpa.
Yeah, by sheer coincidence.
By sheer coincidence. And they're like, "So, are you going to let us see the ball?" And he's like, "I don't know, I shouldn't let people see the ball. Grandpa said so." "Oh, but let us see the ball, though." So he lets them see the ball.
And then immediately the train gets attacked by some sort of zeppelin with a
Set of crab claws.
like claw machine claws, like Toy Story's The Claw.
What?
And it steals the top of the train.
Rips it right off.
The entire top half of the train gets torn off by these giant zeppelin crab claws.
Yeah. Now, mind you, this is driving in the general direction of London, which should mean that like the first instinct of all redcoats present, is open fire on this demon machine in the air. What threatens the Queen it does.
Okay, it's 1860s London. We should establish that.
I was going to say, what time frame?
So, like, they have guns. This is the era of the Maxim gun, and they're going from Manchester to London Station, one of the busiest fucking train networks on Earth.
It should also be mentioned that they explicitly mention that the second company is from America, and the Civil War just ended.
Right. And the whole deal with the second company is that they made their fortune by selling guns to both sides of the Civil War.
Whereas this other company the first company made their fortune selling weapons to everybody else.
Yeah. Basically, two arms dealers both want this orb. Grandpa wants no one to have this orb.
And then they run into... so the kid gets captured by the Zeppelin men.
Yeah, with the crab claw.
Yeah.
In literally a fishing net.
Yeah.
They catch him in, like, a big-ass net.
Why?
I think
is
that's
this
enough.
a thing that exists?
I don't know.
No, shut up. It gets stupider.
But,
Fuck!
But they catch him and the ball, and they bring him to the steam tower at the London Fair, where they're showing off all their science inventions.
Now, mind you, this steam tower is, like, the least... Like, imagine, like, the tower at Mordor with, like... War Machine bits bin just hot glued to the side of it.
And instead of having a giant eyeball at the top, it has a big glass gazebo right on top. Like a big glass dome that everyone can view things out of. And it seems innocuous enough. It's just a really big building.
Yeah. Kind of evil looking, but I mean, like, this is, 18th century London. Everything was gothic and therefore evil looking.
So, the organization takes the kid into the tower, and who's there but Darth Father?
Yeah.
Like
who suffered from severe steam burns, but it's fine, he has robot arms now.
Yeah. He has, like, half his face is robot. He has steam burns all over his body. And
he's got that, like, scraggly, like, knot hair, like Uncle Fester.
Yeah. One of his arms has been replaced by this weird gear mechanical thing.
Which comes up later, by the way.
Which comes up later. It's important. And he's like, so, we are gonna take these orbs, and we are gonna... There's 3 of them, by the way. Not just one. You have one. There's 2 more in this tower.
Now, mind you, the father died building the first one.
Yeah.
Because, like, it was expressed that it was a test. And then after he died,
they
rebuilt him so that he could build 2 more.
But he couldn't build a 3rd one for reasons unexplained, so they went to get the last one from Grandpa.
Yeah.
Who fucked off for reasons unknown. Yeah. And, basically, Steam Dad says, like, this company, it doesn't matter. We invented the steam balls. Our family's the smart ones. Yeah. They're just going to slap their corporate branding on it, but we're going to use this to provide free power to the entire world.
100-year steam ball. Steam ball. Father and son. Steam ball. Fuck.
Do you want to just give up?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go until this hammer's done.
So the company, like, is convinced that they're going to use this infinite power source
to make weapons.
To make weapons.
Of course.
But Steam Dad is like, no. We're not going to let them do that. And, like, even if they did, we could just make more steam balls and kick their ass.
Yeah. So Steam Grandpa shows up ranting about how capitalism is evil and you need Steam Utopia as run by Steam communists.
Right. He says that steam power can only be possessed by the science people because everyone else will turn it into terrible weapons and destroy the world. Yeah. And Steam Dad's like, no, it's technology. You can't put the lid back on. You just have to trust that people will do it and hope for the best.
Now remember that was Steam Dad's position, because shit's about to get stupider.
So they lock Steam Grandpa up in the steam tower.
Yes. Meanwhile...
Where he could do the most harm if and when he gets free.
Which he does, immediately using the steam tower's many steam towers to blow the door open, and then cause it to blow up several wings of steam tower using steam power.
Right.
So, no, hold on, I want to tell this next part. So, they tell him it doesn't matter, we gotta show off these crazy steam weapons to a bunch of investors from around the world. Well, how are we gonna do that? Well, the Queen's gonna be at the big science festival, right? Yeah. So we're gonna attack her with our steam weapons. And the British general in attendance is like, jolly good! What? So they attack
along with an Arab prince, a Prussian general...
An American,
and some
of
other
unknown
people.
rank. Oh, So they attack the Queen with what could only be described as steam-powered space marines with grenade launchers.
Like, they're seriously like the fucking Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah.
In like, these steam gaskets.
But no, it's fine, because that American company comes to save the day with their own steam contraptions.
So what they send in is a bunch of submarines down the River Thames. But these submarines, then, when they make it to the marina, transform into bipedal things that go out to fight the Brotherhood of Steel.
Except they're not, so they're like spider steamboats with big paddles on them.
Except for one guy who I think was
No, because that was part of the evil company, or that was part of the British company, because their steam submarines were people, like submersible people marines.
Yeah, and I think one of them was just playing dumb
But he fell up the stairs and back into the water.
And he stayed in the river for the entirety of the thing, and he was the smartest man in this entire thing.
Because he comes out of the river at the end of the movie as a gag, and then immediately goes back in. Like, he lives in the river now.
This is his home.
So, this war is clearly escalating, so the boy's like, I've got to stop it. Then he So out of the steam tower, they are like, oh no, this stupid war we decided to wage against the Queen of England isn't going well.
So they
but
send
don't
out
worry,
these airplane people.
Yeah, you know the Da Vinci, like, flying man
What
sketch?
the fuck is that? Look to your right.
Yeah, this?
No,
it's a stable.
look to your right.
There's like a weapon leaning up against the rock.
Yeah.
Ah, bats, your eternal enemy.
You know, that was a good call on the spear, guys. So, these Da Vinci flying men, one of them crashes, and the main character boy is just like, oh, fishing ships, I gotta save the people, so he does. So he
steals one of the steam balls.
And then he also steals one of the flying contraptions, makes it better at a single glance. He knows how to do that.
He turns it into this fantastic jetpack thing.
Yeah. So then he boards the ship. At which point, after
Oh Jesus, that's a big health bar.
So after boarding the ship, after boarding the steam tower decides now's the ultimate time to reveal its true form, which, as it happens, is a giant floating death machine.
Okay, here's
which shoots out ice steam, which is steam so hot that it freezes you. Which, by the way, is bullshit.
Oh, it's totally bullshit. But here's something even weirder. The whole time, they're like, yeah, we need these 3 steam balls to power the thing. But Steam Dad's like, nah, we can do it with 2. And Grandpa's like, no, don't do it, the entire steam tower will blow up. But no, it's just fine.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like, it's running in the red, but clearly it was fine.
It was fine. Steam ball number 3 was just there for insurance.
Yeah.
Like, just in case. Wind cleaver.
I'm gonna cleave the shit out of some wind. So the boy boards it and goes to try to talk sense into his dad, who's now wired into the tower in freezing London.
In this giant fucking flying tower over the middle of London.
No, he was flying over the River Thames because he didn't want to hurt people. He just wanted to kill a bunch of people for a demonstration. Yes, no, I know, it's stupid. Hold on, it gets worse.
So, in order to fight these flying Da Vinci people, the train that they originally came in on starts dislodging all of these fucking tanks to go and, like, shoot anti-air flak rounds at the plane people. So this entire battle's happening in the meantime, and this boy is just now on this jetpack flying back up to the tower to confront his dad about this giant tower that's...
stupid. So, meanwhile, Steam Grandpa is just smashing the place up.
Yeah, he's broken loose and is just releasing shitloads of steam valves all over the place throughout the steam tower.
So the steam tower actually gets, like, held up by some trains, and then the Steam Grandpa stuff.
Oh,
so
it
actually drifts
a
into
bunch
the middle.
Of trains fucking shoot grappling hooks at the steam tower to try and pull it down.
Yeah. So now it's off course and driving through the middle of London, freezing it and likely killing thousands. Now, hold on, because it gets worse.
It gets dumber. It gets there's like 6 more layers of dumb.
So the father has clearly lost his goddamn mind and talking about how this is his legacy and you can't put the genie back in the bottle.
And he's like, Steam Boy, this will one day all be yours. You will inherit Steam Tower.
And the Steam Boy is just like, Dad, I do not want to be both evil and this.
I just want to fly around on my jetpack.
So the Steam father is now trying to convince his son to take over the Steam Tower. Without, like, at all mentioning to his dad, you know, we've drifted over the central London, right? You're killing people. And the father's just like, steam power!
So Grandpa bursts out of fucking nowhere with a gun.
And shoots
Steam Dad square in the chest. And says, look, we have to just crash land this thing back into the river. Everyone will be fine. The river will wash it away. And Steam Boy's like, what are you, stupid? We're in the middle of fucking London. and because apparently Steam Grandpa can't be bothered to look out the fucking window.
Which, by the way, are giant and, like, omnipresent.
They are numerous and everywhere.
Like
the
he
top
just
floor
had
that
to
they're on
turn
is,
around.
The top floor that they're on right now is literally just a big fat dome. So they turn around and they're like, holy fuck, we're over the middle of London, we have to pilot this back into the river.
Yeah.
And when they turn back, Steam Dad is magically gone, along with the entire control panel.
Yeah. So now they have to go track down Steam Dad, but it turns out he had a change of heart after being shot in the chest.
Yeah.
Yes.
As it turns out, his entire chest cavity had also been replaced with robot parts, so he was totally fine.
Yeah.
But he had a change of heart and decided that, yeah, we can't let the weird corporation people have this, because they'll turn it into weapons.
Now, this is after it's flown over central London and likely killed millions of people.
So Steam Dad and Steam Grandpa decide to work together to pilot Steam Tower back over the River Thames so that it won't kill a shitload of people.
Which it's already done.
So in order to prevent it from killing people, what they do is they have it eject these giant fucking crab legs into the middle of town, destroying buildings and crushing people to death, as it walks its ass back to the river through a shitload of buildings as it tramples over the innocent population of London.
Now, mind you,
to kill fewer people.
Yeah, to kill fewer people, it had to walk its ass back to the River Thames through London.
What the fuck?
Okay, so it gets stupider.
No, it can't.
Oh, yes, it can.
It does. It can and it does.
Yeah. This is like layer 7 of this. This is like layer 5 of this 7
12-layer nacho dip of stupid.
Jesus Christ.
So we've now established that it's walking back to London, but the grandpa's like, or the father's like, well, hey Dad, why don't you use your secret part of this thing, because you wanted to make people happy with this death machine. So he pulls a lever, and a carnival comes out the top of this murderous death machine.
Like a giant fucking Ferris wheel emerges from the top of the death machine, and there's a huge fucking merry-go-round going around the entire Steam Tower as it walks back into the river, playing all the way back through fucking London.
Because that will convince everyone that this death machine means them no harm.
Right. So
after it's leveled fucking half their city.
Yeah.
Most of their city at this point.
Okay. So, Steam Boy, at this point, is just trying to get out on his jetpack, because he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
He's trying to save his grandpa and his dad, but his grandpa and his dad are just like, no, we need to go down with this ship so that we take its secrets with it. Oh, by the way, you're part of our family, so you intrinsically know how this machine works, because you have the gift to just look at machines and know how they work. Hope that doesn't come back to bite you in the ass. Then they walk it into the River Thames, where it crashes, freezes itself, and likely gets destroyed.
Okay. So, in this frozen fucking Steam Tower, one of the goons from way back at the beginning of the fucking game, whose bosses are all dead or gone, gets these random crab claws that were built in the Steam Tower's construction.
And tries to attack the boy.
And tries to attack the boy to get
for
the
no
Steam
reason,
back.
like for no benefit to anyone at all, least of all himself.
Because if he stays in this tower, he's going to die with everyone else. But everyone who could pay him is now dead.
Or gone.
But he decides to use these crab claws to get Steam Boy's Steam Ball. For reasons I cannot even interpret. Corporate loyalty? I don't know.
He is not the first person to willingly almost kill himself to get the Steam Ball for little benefit to themselves.
Anyway, Steam Boy gets away on his jetpack, and this guy dies in the steam explosion that turns all of London into a giant fucking iceberg.
Yep.
And, Steam Boy, gets attacked by one of his grandfather's former people, who is like, ha, there's still one Steam genius left alive, I will kidnap you and take you to my workshop, and you will invent Steam things for me. And the boy's like, yeah, no, this isn't gonna happen.
And then he beats up this old man.
And then jets away on his jetpack.
Yeah. That is a correct assessment of the things that happened.
So everyone's just standing around London going like, what the fuck is this? And then a kid touches the giant iceberg that London has become, and it all shatters.
And everything's fine forever.
Okay, and then they go into this weird ending montage.
Oh, the ending montage is... Oh boy.
Do you want to summarize the ending montage, Jay?
Yes, I believe I will. So, the ending montage starts out fairly understandably where Steam Boy is in what can only be, like, understood as, like, the following events, which is to say he is now in Paris fighting more evil steam contraptions because he's become a superhero.
It's literally a giant steam snake, and him and his girlfriend, who did nothing throughout the entirety of the film, now have jetpacks and are fighting steam villains.
Yes. Now, mind you, this makes some sense, if only because you look at it and you're like, okay, you know what? That's probably what he'd wind up doing.
Yeah, fighting other steam monstrosities made by other steam geniuses.
Okay, this is not going to work in the long term.
You're on like a lava rock or something.
I'm on fire.
Oh, can you just roll around a bunch?
Not really. I can't roll, remember?
The volcano.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I need to get to the Goron village.
Ha! It healed you.
Yeah.
And you're still on fire.
Yes, I've noticed the problem, Cameron.
This game is fucking amazing.
I need to get the fuck out of here, is what I need to do.
How do you get off of fire?
Hope I have enough apples.
This is like where you're drowning in Fallout, you just pump stim packs in yourself to help you breathe.
Well, like, that's the thing. I gotta get out of this volcano, but I also gotta go through the volcano to get out of the volcano.
Okay, so you're on fire because it's so hot in here.
Yes. Yes, that is a correct assessment.
Okay.
Oh god, I may die.
So then it cuts to a scene of fucking World War I for some reason.
Oh no, this is after the grandpa reveals to the boy that he also invented the light bulb.
Oh yeah, and then he dies, and you see the spirit of Grandpa just, like, floating behind a giant tombstone.
Yeah.
So then World War I happens, and...
As it would.
Yeah,
and it's implied that they're fighting over the light bulb. Now, mind you, 1860 to
Heal up?
Yep. 1860 is until World War I. Ian, as a history student, I'm sure you're aware, is a long fucking time.
Yep.
You have a lot of fucking bananas.
I do.
Can you use your eagle jump to get above it, do you think?
I could certainly fucking try.
Rise above the heat.
I cannot.
Cram bananas in mouth while on hang glider.
Don't read too much into it.
Holy fuck, this is like a hellhole.
Yeah, this is not great.
So anyway, World War I happens.
Yes.
World War I happens.
So now, like after that, it immediately cuts back to the boy, who is still a boy.
In Red Square.
Yes. Now I want you to... Now, Ian, as a history student, what is the time difference between the Civil War and World War I? Significant, you would say, yes?
50 years, yeah.
Yeah. So should he still be a boy?
No.
Well,
no.
He's still Steam Boy.
Yeah.
And he's still riding around on the same jetpack he had the whole fucking time.
Despite the fact that clearly more efficient and... Or no. So then it goes to the girl who he had, like... I don't even think we talked about her very much. She was the daughter of the guy who ran the British company and was implied to have absolutely no conscience, but it's fine, she was cute.
So I guess she and Steam Boy get together at some point and become, like, superheroes.
Yes.
Become steam couple.
Now, later you see she's on the first airplane, which I immediately pointed out was stupid because Steam Boy had a far more efficient flying machine. And so did, and like, he let her build copies of it.
And so did the people on the fucking Steam Tower. They had, like, personal flying machines that were really fucking good.
Yeah. So the airplane seemed like a significant step backwards, if nothing else.
Yep. Fuck, was there anything else before the weird redhead?
Oh, yeah, right. So at one point, like, the girl in front of the airplane was this weird redhead, which looked exactly like the girl from before, except for a single problem. Instead of being blonde, she was a redhead, which made little sense to both of us because neither of the two characters were redheaded. They were both blonde, which means that this was either an undisclosed character, or she decided at some point to dye her hair.
Or she had kids with someone else.
Yes. Which would
Also
make even less
possible.
sense.
Steam Cuck.
Yes.
And, like...
So, any questions?
And then it just cuts to black.
Yeah.
And then the credits roll.
Yeah. Any questions?
And then Jay yelled at me that he wanted his time back and we should have just watched Godzilla.
Yes.
So many.
Actually, those were my exact words. I want my time back, motherfucker. We should have watched Godzilla.
Motherfucker.
All this because we saw it for the trailer. We saw the trailer for Steam Boy.
While we were watching a Godzilla film, and I'm like... Cameron's like, oh, I've always wanted to watch that. I'm like, yeah, I should watch it sometime. And then Cameron's like, why not right fucking now? And he showed off by downloading the movie, like, as he said that sentence.
It took less time to pirate the movie than it did for the legitimately owned copy of Godzilla to get to the fucking start menu because of all the fucking previews.
Yes.
And this is why piracy's winning.
Yeah.
Because I can access Steam Boy faster than a legitimate copy of Godzilla is willing to play.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That fucking... Oh my god. I'm gonna have to see it. because I
Don't.
just cannot.
You
Like,
will not
Ian-
get that time back.
Ian, let me put it to you this way. The way we described it will likely make more sense to you than the sequence of events as seen in the movie.
Fair enough. And in terms of wasting, I won't be able to get that time back, Cam.
Yeah.
My job is to stand in a field and dig holes. There's a lot of time I am not getting back.
Yeah, but that's
Gonna
time
dig
you
me
could,
a hole.
You could
Gonna
dig up.
me a hole.
Gonna put a nerd in it.
Gonna put a nerd in it.
But you could dig a lot of holes in that 2.5 hours.
So I actually think I need to go, like, make some stuff to not die. So, do you guys see one of those giant, stupid horse effigies? Oh, is that it? Nope. I need to find Beetle and buy a lot of bugs from him. Oh, there we are.